Lisa Joyce, and I'm here to talk to you about the month of February 2020. My goodness, the year sure did start off fast. January went like a flash. The strong emphasis is on the sign of Capricorn, and it will continue to characterize the quality of time in February. The conjunction of Saturn and Pluto that occurred in January is slowly weakening, but the issues this energy brings and its force field will stay with us throughout the rest of 2020. Off and on, it will come together and go apart. For the time being, the focus is on February and is on the love planet Venus, which enters Aries on February 7th, shortly after the moon's opposition in Cancer to Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. Remember, February is love month. It also brings us Valentine's Day. Coinciding with the creative Leo full moon on February 8th and 9th, Venus forms a conjunction with Chiron. This brings us the energy of strong women, and strong women could set the tone within these days. But it's also a time when many a polished self-image could get a few scratches. Whoops. Expect to hear a few scandals about women and involving women. In this profound analysis of personality, what creative potentials will hinder or throw out obstacles to you, and how can this apparently destructive dynamic energy that we're experiencing worldwide eventually be transformed into a constructive, life-enhancing expression of the personality, which will bring us a higher vibration and a raise in our soul consciousness. When Mars enters Capricorn on February 16th, the theme of January's endings and new beginnings, as it affected you, will be strongly activated again. So whatever happened in January will double up for February during this time. However, now the inner you is guided, and it will help you tackle the problems that may arise. And it's really important to keep up those wonderful, fabulous morning meditations and nightly review, because it does help you, and you begin to listen to what's happening to you within, and what's happening to you within will begin to happen without. That's why we use visualization. Just be aware that sustainable solutions are not to be expected in February, because at the same time, on February 16th, Mercury turns retrograde, showing that the time is not yet ripe for any binding agreements. You will need to remember the 3 R's during Mercury retrograde: review, renew, and revise. The days that follow are likely to bring a renewed and difficult tension to work through, right up until March 6th, when Mercury comes out of retrograde. On February 20th, one day after the Sun enters Pisces, on February 19th, the Moon crosses over Pluto, Saturn, and Mars, forming a square with Chiron during this time. Now, this can represent a warring event. It can represent an explosion and a necessary healing, because Chiron is healing. So there is definitely an upset coming. And I had predicted the day of February 12th. And when I look at the astrology, it seems to be around the 20th. So we'll have to just see how this all works out. Something needs to be healed, and it will take a lot of time and patience for that to happen. The situation is well worth working through, potentially for peace, while remaining willing to compromise. The Pisces new moon on February 23rd is in balance and harmony with Mars and Uranus at the same time, while at the same time Venus and Jupiter will form a square. This is a good time to connect with your wishes and hopes and bring them into reality. Meditate and visualize. Remember, it's advisable to keep your expectations realistic, because the subsequent square of Venus and Pluto on February 28th could tempt you to try to force others to help you create the fulfillment of your dreams. And you know that never works. Make yourself hold back, knowing that you have set the conditions and you will always receive that which is yours. However, remember also that it's always in Spirit's time. It's not in our time. My will is thy will. Although the general quality of time will often be very intense during this year of 2020 and its transits and progressions, this energy will affect your individual chart birth accordingly. So what is in your individual chart? Do you know what's your rising sign, what's your moon, what's your sun? And that will tell you how this powerful energy, which can be very destructive or constructive, will affect you. Because your birth chart, your astrological chart, is your fingerprint in life. And it always shows you the energy that's around you. A constellation such as the current conjunction of Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto can, depending on the chart, indicate an emotionally difficult time for some, but for others, it can welcome an opportunity to take long overdue steps forward. Dare to break free of your restrictions and blocks, and then sit back and watch, because they fall away and your fabulous new life begins, bringing success, joy, and fulfillment. The month of February will mark the beginning of a learning phase. You're going through the first phase of a Saturn 7.5-year cycle. It's a transit which will bring about transformation in your life at personal, professional, and social and emotional levels. It's a very, very important time for everyone. This phase requires you to remain disciplined, persevering, and patient in all situations. Hard work and focus will bring many opportunities for growth for you, and your success will be determined by honesty, clarity, and persistence in your efforts. I think there was a proverb that said, energy and persistence conquer all things. This month will create ample opportunities for career growth, and you will work hard and with focus and dedication to achieve your goals. There will be gains and income from your profession this month, which will enhance your financial strength. I see finances overall pretty balanced this month. I know we're going through a couple of elections in different states, and we're also going to be hearing the State of the Union in the United States. But all in all, I think that finances in the month of February will be pretty stable, which is good. You might consider starting a business or a new venture which will ensure gains. You will have the opportunity and a very supportive working environment, which will help to increase your productivity and lead to professional advances. Many of you will be getting a raise, a promotion, or perhaps starting a new job. Sudden gains and windfalls will surprise you this month. From mid-month onwards, the energy shift can bring many opportunities to travel out of your area or abroad, and there will be success with foreign projects and collaborations. So new things are coming to everyone. We've just been through about 5 or 6 months that have created massive, massive changes everywhere, and now we're going to reap some of the benefits. It's about time, isn't it? This month will bring new career opportunities leading to growth, but at the same time, there will be struggles and obstacles. Your determination and steadfastness will help you overcome challenging situations at home and at the workplace to achieve your goals. If you are running your own business, this month will bring good gains and profits. You will make plans to expand your business, and you will be able to materialize those plans. Your reputation and image in business can increase, and you will also get new contracts and new assignments, as long as you're working hard and putting your nose to the grindstone. If you are working as a freelancer, you could get some good opportunities as well as income. You will undertake many new and foreign projects this month, and you could find success in foreign collaboration and ventures, as I said before. You will be able to initiate new projects with ease and find the necessary support and cooperation. However, you should not make hasty or reckless decisions regarding your career plans because they might backfire. Remember, Mercury is retrograde after the 16th. So wait until March 10th to sign anything on the dotted line. You may feel dissatisfied with your job and consider a change. However, you should remain patient and do your research to make well thought out decisions. Time at the middle of February will bring relaxation at work and a good support from your colleagues and seniors. Maybe it's time to take a break over the President's Day weekend. Everybody needs to get away for a little bit, take a deep breath, and enjoy yourself. This month can bring in a good money inflow, making your financial condition stable. Finally, your prior efforts towards career growth will reap your gains and rewards during this time. You will be able to generate extra sources of income. However, your savings might not be up to your expectations because of the heavy, unexpected high expenses. Nevertheless, you will be able to manage your obligations well, and you'll maintain a healthy bank balance. Jupiter in Capricorn will be helpful for wealth accumulation. You might invest in share markets, and past investments will have a good return this month. You should try to avoid business or financial disputes and litigation because it may cause you a huge expense. It may not work out the way you would like it to. Real estate deals and investments will prove to be gainful this month, and you might spend money in renovating or beautifying your home. Time to get out the paintbrush and maybe get some fresh flowers. Love lives will see a mixed phase this month, and there will be both sweet and sour moments in relationships. Your words might bring trouble in your relationship, so be sure to choose them wisely and remain polite and humble in your interactions. Being egotistical and harsh will disturb your domestic environment. Strive to be understanding of the needs of your partner and always be flexible in your approach. Married life will undergo some challenges, but there could be conflicts due to the interference of a third person. You should be loyal toward your relationships and honest in your communications. Remain respectful and trustworthy towards your spouse to ensure quick mendings of the hurt feelings. The time from February 16th onward will be better in terms of marital happiness, and there will be an increase on the level of trust and understanding between the two of you. This leads to stability in a relationship and can bring peace in the domestic environment. Your parents, peers, and superiors will be kind and affectionate toward you in February, and their blessings will be a source of encouragement for you. Strive to be loving and respectful towards them. This helps to maintain an amiable domestic environment. We all need that because we certainly do have to get out there and work with people and meet different vibrations every day. It's important to come home and feel peaceful and loved in your family and home environment. Be aware that your father's health, or it could be a strong family member that's male, might be a cause of concern, and you might have to pay extra attention towards his health during this month, or maybe make some medical decisions. All in all, February does prove to be a very positive month in the long run. Now I'm going to get to the top news because I want to talk about the coronavirus virus. It's in the people's radar, and therefore it's in the people's consciousness. I predicted this virus from China on New Year's Eve of 2018, and frankly, I am surprised that it hasn't broken out before now. I believe it's been developing for quite some time, and that the scientists in China knew about it since that time. China has just finished building a 2,000-bed hospital, and it was just completed as the virus broke out, and no one knew why they were building the hospital. Isn't that strange? So this is what I see now. I see the coronavirus virus affecting the country of China most of all, which is where we're seeing it in the news at this time. Many thousands of people in China are being affected, but in some way, the entire nation is already being affected. The entire nation. It's a huge country. I see the numbers of viral attacks going into the tens of thousands and of people being affected in China. My son lives in China, and he's worried about the schools closing and the teachers being out of work for a while. And I'm sure that's part of many people's concern about many places closing down and people getting quarantined through this difficult time. I see the coronavirus virus affecting the country of China, but I also see it spreading out to other nations, but nowhere else will it ever be as high as it is in China. Before the virus is contained in the U.S., I'm seeing that a number of infections will occur, but I don't think it's going to be over 100. I'm seeing maybe 1 or 2 deaths, but not too many. It will be contained here. Many other countries will experience similar numbers of people being affected, and it's related to where and how people travel. Because as you go into the foreign countries is when you can pick up foreign entities. It will take until the fall of 2020 before a complete containment is secured, regardless of what is reported in the media, which will tend to make statements in the hopes of alleviating people's fears. and of helping to calm the public rather than reporting their accomplishments. Let me remind everyone that the flu in the United States is worse, and we will lose more people and have more people ill with our flu than we will with the coronavirus virus. The virus will spread to Canada with a lesser number of infections than the U.S. Mexico will have a few cases, but in very low numbers. The U.S. medical resources will help other countries when needed. The virus will flow into Australia and the Pacific Rim nations and westward into Asia, with Indonesia and India really suffering most in Asia besides China because of the size of their population. Common sense precautions can be always taken. The steps we take to maintain our health can help spread healthiness. So wash your hands, bathe, take care of your body, just as you take care of your mind, and you take care of your home. All in all, February brings us growth, a chance to move forward, and a time for renewal of friendships with family and friends. Find your place, find your love, and embrace the world with that energy. This is how we save the world, by everyone working together. This is Elizabeth Joyce with Visions of Reality. The website is new-visions.com. If you would like to make a call to ask a question or make an appointment, the 24-hour answering service is 201-934-8986. Don't forget to click like, please, and I'll see you in March. Take care.